Good morning.
Jason Smith, what is up, my man?
Hello, Mr. David Stem. May I call you David?
Please, I would be bewildered if you called me other things. Listen, great work. I watched that other film. It looks beautiful. Okay,
But it,
so
it was a big process.
were you new to the game when you did that one?
No, I was new to video editing. I,
Okay,
I picked up Adobe Premiere and said, let's make a movie.
okay. That is a hell of a quest right there on its own.
I would have it be revealed by Elon or somebody in that scene that there's some marking on her that has marked her as from this other clan. And they
Oh,
realize, like, holy shit, here she is. She's a spy. And you find out, oh, she's not so bad after all. And she tells these stories that you have in
right.
there. And
Yeah,
then they
she really
decide,
did good job on the story, I felt.
yeah, I think you need to have a dragon fight at the end. Right now, they're snuffing out a candle, right? It just seems
No,
like
no, no.
it's,
There's a giant battle at the end.
is it?
Uh, yeah, there's like 40 avatars fighting over a
Okay,
keep.
great, great.
Yeah, we're
I
we're
read
having a massive. That was my initial
good. That's sort of my pitch. I'm assuming this is various shots, this 400 and some shots that you have here, right?
over that. Yeah, well, with the battle scenes, it'll be
Man, that is
300
that's incredible. How long is this going to take you to actually create?
from A to B.
Yeah.
Production will be finished. I'll have 3 to 5 big shoots with 20 to 40 people, and then
Wow.
yeah,
What do
that's the
you
idea.
are those voice actors?
Not yet. And
Wait,
then
so
yeah.
physically, are these people at home playing their characters in your story and then you're recording the screen? Wow.
With 2 cameras
That is some interesting coordination. How do you coordinate that with people?
through Discord mostly, and and we're talking about people in Belgium, in Australia, in Asia, all over the states, in Canada.
That's amazing.
Yes, I know them for the most part, and also, as I said, I have a budget, so I'm going to be saying, you know, the hardest thing for a director in my situation is to tell people show up on time, stand around, and don't do shit. Just sit at your keyboard for an hour if I ask you to until
Right,
I say do this.
right.
And people get bored. They want to go to the kitchen, bake some cookies.
Yeah,
And I have
yeah,
to say, okay, here's a couple 100,000 gold. If you stay for the whole fucking thing, excuse my language, this is being recorded. I'll give you 1 million gold at the end. Just
right,
pay attention and
right.
be there for me.
That's
But we're talking about 20 people from around the world, and some of them are going to have their mental incapacities or an emergency come up.
that's
You'll
amazing.
find a lot of people online in these video games have, like, say, agoraphobia, where they can't leave the house, or
Right.
other disabilities, let's say.
Listen,
Yeah.
I just feel like you're never gonna hurt. You're never gonna be hurt um, by adding tension and conflict in a story. The thralls are fucking horrible people.
They see
Yeah,
each other.
the wedding can trigger her to like leave the event. And then
Right.
Elon goes after, what is wrong with you? Like I
Oh,
didn't kill you on the
I can
trip.
put that in.
I fed you those damn berries that I found. I like those berries. I gave them to you because I thought this girl needs a berry. She hasn't eaten, and so I gave them to you. And then you walk out of the wedding and she's just like, and then she has this confession of what her life has been like. And then after she's bonded with Elon and finally seen what real love is like, so this serves a purpose. The seeing of the real love triggers her response to confess the truth of why she was on the run and what's happening, right? And that motivates them to realize, like, oh my God, these people will never stop. Like, we have to go and confront them because they're the ones that did the spell. And
What
it's just,
specific? What specifically? I'm sorry to interrupt. Triggered
yeah,
her?
the wedding.
The wedding itself.
Yes, the wedding itself triggers her because her parents are the opposite of this. right? They're like our parents. Ha!
Yeah.
They're not like any parents I've ever known, you know.
Yeah.
And now
Right.
that motivates her confession of this thing. And the confession of how terrible it is and why she was on the run motivates, you know what, we have to go confront them. Like they are never going to leave us alone. It's forced out of her because of her emotional reaction to that wedding and to
Right.
seeing true love and to realizing that there is some sort of form of love that she's never experienced,
Uh-huh.
right? She's an abused child. She's an abused person on the run who grew up in this household, and her only relationship was with that nursemaid, and this causes her to confess this terrible thing, right? And then that causes the guild to realize, you know what? We have to go confront them because this is never going to end. And the notion of, like, in Lord of the Rings, of having to confront the evil, right? That you can't sit back in the Shire and
Right.
ignore the fact that evil is out there. And if not us, somebody else. That's a heroic thing. I don't know how intense these things get, but look, your torture scene of the nursemaid's pretty fucking intense, right?
Harry Met Stalin.
That's gonna be so rewarding. Like if he saves her, and then there's this moment that the two of them are together in the middle of this battle, like they could just kiss. You could have this moment where they're just looking into each other's eyes and they kiss, and then they turn, and you've got your Mr. and Mrs. Smith beat where they're back to back, both with these awesome swords fighting,
I
together and
love
doing
it.
this
I love it,
incredible
man.
fight together.
We're working here. We're doing
Yeah,
it. This
yeah,
is the exciting part about being an artist.
yes,
The
yes,
the the emotion that you get. That's
yeah,
why I do it, because of
yeah.
these moments we're having right now. They
Well,
kiss. They
yeah.
da 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 da.
These other things come out of you because you are showing up and doing the work, right? So the work flows out of you because you're showing up. And people focus too much on the end product and they don't focus enough on showing up for the process because they haven't figured out the end product yet. Well, the end product only results from you showing up and doing a lot of things and learning along the way.
Emotional. Yeah.
Emotional, meeting people, meeting me, meeting all your co-stars and all your people that are going to be doing things. Like that's you showing up and doing the work. The work is so much more than the finished product, and it's so much more than the work that people see in the finished product. And so realizing like everything you're doing when you're showing up for the work is what contributes to the finished product. And you have that mentality. Like you very much have a mentality of like I'm showing up and I'm doing the work. Great work. Like it's just really fun to read. It's going to be super visual. It's going to be genuinely emotional. Like it's going to take people on a journey. And I think your audience, because you've already got a built-in sort of audience, and I think this is
Right.
going to take you to another level completely.
I make movies within a virtual world called Machinima. I want to express myself artistically through
So
cinema.
you're looking to get a license. You want to tell stories in
Right.
their universe.
Let's move it
Oh man,
forward. Let's hit it.
truly a pleasure. And listen, dude, as somebody, a fellow traveler in the world of video games, thank you for your service. Keep going. Like this kind of engagement with talented people, if you are as good as you say you are, which I will believe, it's incredible. And seeing this kind of stuff, now you just have to play the long game with them. And honestly, I'd play the long game with pick 4 or 5 companies